11th, 2025, and it's time for the Friday Fast Five. I am ready to find out the who, what, where, when, and why for our community and see what we need to know this week. And then after that Friday Fast Five reading, I will be answering questions for anyone who has questions. Let's get centered. Let's reach out to Spirit, who's in the room today. Good morning, Marvelous Noob. How are you? We're about to pull the who, what, where, when, and why. We've got Prisha. Hey, Prisha, you made it. You made it. Good morning. And Motivational Vibes. Great. I'm glad you have a question. Yeah, guys, I'm going to pull this Friday Fast Five, and then I'll get right into answering your questions. Spirit, could we please have the Friday Fast Five reading for the community? So we're going to do the who, what, where, when, and why, and see what we need to know. What's the who? The who is a person on an independent journey. So this is for everyone who is really in the midst of this Aries cycle and figuring out what they can leave behind, what baggage they can just leave at the curb and move forward in order to become closer to who they intend to become. All right. This is a beautiful card to get if you're on a journey, because it talks about the feminine protective energy and learning how to listen to your intuition. Okay. And it gives you the green light, it gives you the freedom to go ahead and leave the things behind, even if they're valuable things. Look, these cups that the Wanderer is leaving in the past are not knocked over, they're not cracked, there's nothing wrong with them. They just no longer need them on their journey. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to leave things behind, even if there's nothing wrong with them, if that means that you can be free to move forward. So that's the who. The what has to do with health and timing. It's the star in reverse. What you're dealing with is getting ready. It's almost like you're on the precipice of starting the next chapter. The star in reverse can mean that you've been kind of putting things in place and you haven't yet been able to act on something, but it's when you're about to become whole, when your health and your spirituality and all of what it is to be you comes together. Okay, so that's the what. And it's also about receiving energy. Okay, if you are having any struggle here with your journey moving forward, you may want to consider that it's because you haven't yet allowed that energy to come in. Some of that protective feminine energy, maybe you haven't been listening to your intuition. Maybe you're just kind of waiting for exactly the right time. Okay, that's the what. The where is in an area of your life where you have found that you're really good at overcoming obstacles. Okay, the challenges that present themselves, you seem to have a knack for overcoming. So this is the area of your life where you just are kind of a natural, and sometimes that is what clues us into telling what we're supposed to be doing, what we're supposed to be spending our time on, because we each have unique characteristics and qualities. And you wouldn't ask a fish to climb a tree, right? But you would ask a fish to swim. So you got to figure out what you're naturally good at and where your abilities lie. And that is another clue to how you're going to get closer to what you need to be doing. Who, what, where, when? Okay, this is what I'm hearing coming through with this Page of Cups is a reinvention of each one of ourselves. Okay, we can apply this in all the new relationships that we build. When you are going to meet someone new, or if you're going out and about and you're just like at the grocery store, play around with this. Be the person that you're intending to be, right? Be the person who you want to be in 10 years or 5 years. Be that person when you go and talk to new people. Let them respond to you in a way that's affirmative, that reaffirms who you actually are, because we're people and we need that. If somebody tells us that we're one thing, even if we know at our core we're not, we believe the people that tell us what we are. So go out and practice this. Be the person you intend to be in front of people and see how they react. Who, what, where, when, why? Because you've been blocking what makes you feel fulfilled. You've been blocking the romance. You've been blocking the emotional energy. You've been blocking the things that kind of drive you. Okay. If we keep on doing this stuff where we try to fit a square peg into a hole that's shape of a circle, we're going to keep on getting frustrated, right? We're going to keep on trying to fit ourselves where we don't belong, and then we never feel fulfilled. We never get to have that joy. So this is the why. It's so that you can experience joy and life in the way that you were intended to. It's not so that you can be some superstar and accomplish wonderful things and be a millionaire and have fame and fortune. It's so that you can get the most out of life by being the most you can be, right? Does that make sense to everyone? It's really finding yourself. Is there one more card coming out? The Empress. I love that the Empress just came out. The Empress creates a space for everyone to be comfortable, to be themselves, to live lavishly no matter what's going on. You know, it's that hostess with the mostess where you just are welcoming and warm. No matter what you have going on, people feel comfortable around you. And the truth is, we always feel more comfortable around people who are being fully authentic and being themselves, because then it gives us license to be ourselves around them. And it's rejuvenating. All right. So that's your Friday Fast Five reading. We had 6 cards. I always pull that one extra, that one for the road, just to see if there's an essence that needs to pull everything together, and I'm glad I did today because the Empress was the perfect card. All right, thank you, Spirit, for that Friday Fast Five reading. Let's go ahead and jump into the comments. I know we have questions already. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Geeta. Good morning, Motivational Vibes. All right, let me scroll back to the top here. All right, divine timing. Good. I'm glad you're doing well, noob. Okay, Motivational Vibes. You have a quick question. I see Divine Timing's question is in here first. So I'm going to go ahead and read for Divine Timing, and then I'm going to read for Motivational Vibes, and then we will continue down the list. So this one is for Divine Timing. What does Divine Timing need to hear most today? What does Divine Timing need to hear most today? I don't need a whole lot of shuffling for you. We're ready for you already. Okay, so are you planning something? Are you getting ready to make a change in some area of your life? You are being reminded that you do have what you need, okay? Be fully aware of all of your attributes right now, everything that is at hand, because you're going to be able to start employing those tools, those attributes, whatever it is you've got, to go ahead and take the next step. Right now, you just need to make a choice. You need to choose which direction you want to go in. Don't let fear of failure or past disappointments influence the decision you make. Okay? If you focus on defeat, whether it's past or potential future defeat, you're going to just knock the wind out of your sails. You're going to close yourself in. You're going to restrict yourself, and you're not going to have the flexibility that's needed. Okay? So try to, in making your choice, make it a choice that you just want to do it, or it just feels right to do it. Don't make it based on trying to avoid defeat or failure or anything negative. You know, don't let that be based on fear, because that is going to kind of wreck it. That's like a quick way to find defeat. If you lead with fear of defeat, you're going to very quickly realize that defeat is exactly what you get. This is a bit like, you know, there's a catch-22 here. All right. And then you've got the Knight of Wands in reverse, and then you've got the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so here's what you're being asked to do. Before making your choice today, release, just like that Fast Five Friday reading we just had. See if you can release some of the fear. See if you can release some of the disappointment. Release your attachment to avoiding or repairing. Okay? You got to let some of that pain go so that you can make a really good choice based on future success rather than avoiding failure. It's going to be kind of critical in this moment. Yeah, you're ready. You're so ready for this. It's like there's this moment right now where you can completely close something out. You can close out a chapter or a situation that failed, that you could not get to work, that was painful in some way. You can close that out right now and then take a fresh foot forward. Okay, so that is your reading today. It's about having the closure so that you can make a decision based on something more hopeful than avoidance. All right, so that is for you, divine timing. That's what you need to hear most today. Motivational vibes. Thank you for that divine timing reading. Let's see what's coming in. Okay. Will Smith move to my local area, or will I move to his when the time comes? Thank you. Okay, so this is for motivational vibes. Let's find out what's going on with Smith. All right, Smith going to move. Sometimes when it's an either or reading, they can get a little bit confusing. So how can we best pull these cards today to keep it clear as to who's moving? Let's just start with, is there going to be a move for motivational vibes? Let's stick with you, and let's see if you're the one making the move. Okay? We'll ask it that way. A lot of nerves right now. So motivational vibes, if you could just take a few deep breaths for me and welcome in whatever message comes through. All right. Okay, so is motivational vibes going to move closer to Smith when the time comes? One more. There's like back and forth. I'm seeing all kinds of cards coming in that's like, maybe the decision hasn't been made yet. Let's get a little guidance. Let's see, what would be the highest good? What should we be aiming for? Should motivational vibes be open to moving for the highest good? There's going to be some conflict here. I think that if you move, it might not be for the highest good of the relationship, because that's what I just asked, and the Two of Cups came out in reverse. So let's get a little bit more. The King of Cups needs to come out of his dwelling. All right. So Smith needs to be the one to make the move if it's for the highest good. Yeah. And they need to just make the decision and do it. I'm feeling like the more back and forth and conflict there can be in terms of waiting, the more difficult this is going to become. It's going to get kind of messy. So I think it's important for you to know from this message that the highest good for your relationship is not for you to move closer to Smith. It's actually for Smith to move closer to you. And they have to just make the decision and do it. Okay. Yeah. They're not sure they want to. They have a lot of reasons as to why it's like maybe inconvenient, but those are all false beliefs. For the highest good, Smith needs to make the move. Yeah. Yeah, they're just, I think their fears about moving, their reluctance, their apprehensions are all based on just a lack of confidence over the idea. I think it's very fear-based, and that's why you have all these false beliefs coming in from their end. So they are responsible for making the change, though. Okay, so that's what's coming in. Now, it doesn't say what is to be, which is the question you originally asked, but we weren't getting that answer from Spirit. And I think it's just because the decision hasn't been made yet. But the highest good would be for Smith to move to you. Okay. I hope that reading is satisfying for you. I know that it doesn't answer your question exactly, but it's really what we're being offered right now. So maybe, maybe now that that's in the air and you're aware of that, it will assist in the final decision being made. Okay. Yeah, well, not yet, actually. Now it's like with this Ace of Cups in reverse and then the Five of Swords, you don't want to pressure this person. Okay. I think it's going to be, it is or it isn't. And they really have to be the one to make the decision. I think that if you try to pressure them into being the one to make the move, it's going to push them further into the fear of not wanting to move. So I would maybe plant some seeds, but don't harp on it yet. I think you just have to make the decision for yourself right now what you want. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. And thank you for that reading. Prisha, what message do the spirits have for me? Okay. Let's get a message for Prisha, please. Prisha's been wanting a message this week, and they haven't been able to catch us in time. Today's the day. Today's the day. What does Prisha need to know today? What is the message for Prisha? That's it. Okay. Emperor in reverse. Empress in reverse. Okay, so there's definitely, and then because you've got the Five of Pentacles. All right. So there's a general air of mismanagement right now and an inability to make things work. There's something that is gumming up the works. You know, it's like you can't get your Empress and your Emperor archetypes to work together because they're both sort of coming in from weird angles, and it's causing a lack of satisfaction. It's causing you to be unable to reach the goal as you'd like to reach it, whatever that goal is. And it's also just sort of contributing to a general air of like melancholy or just dissatisfaction and lack of motivation. You don't really know what you're working toward, which is part of the problem. Um, what else do we need to know about the Emperor and the Empress? Yeah, I think the goal in mind is just a bit too vague. It's like you don't know exactly what you want. You have some vague idea, but you know, like when you kind of want to accomplish something, but you don't exactly know how you're going to accomplish it, you think, well, maybe I can make this work, or maybe I can cut that corner. There's some corner cutting in here to like see what you can do. If you want out of this, you got to take on a new opportunity that presents itself. You have to find a different way. Focus on a new goal. Get some inspiration somewhere else. Something is going to come to you, an opportunity, or a gift. I don't usually hear gift come through with this card, but I'm almost feeling like someone's going to give you something. And if you can see that gift for what it is, suddenly you're going to have a brand new idea of how to achieve this goal or make things work or put something together, you know. But you need that. It's almost like the key. It's like a golden key here, this pentacle. And you're going to want to learn about that. Yeah, you got to get out, okay? Sometimes when we start thinking too much about something, we just get more clouded. So if you've been like trying to think things through on your own and it's not really getting you anywhere, it's because you need a little bit of outside assistance with this. You need to talk to people who know what it is you want to get into or what you're trying to accomplish. And that might end up being the person who gives you something. And then it's like the key, you know. But you got to get out of yourself. There's too much internal like speculating and trying to figure things out. And you have to talk to other people and get some clarity. Yeah, you've got to shine the light on this and get some more information so that you know what to do. I think that you feel deflated about that. I think that there's an aspect of this that might have to do with pride. Like you don't want to ask for help or you don't want to get outside opinions. Maybe it's because you don't want people to influence your decision, but I think that right now that's probably the best way to move forward. You can ask for other people to give you their advice, and then once you've received that advice, that's a completed contract. Nothing in that contract, if you ask someone for advice, does it stipulate that if they give you the advice, then you have to do it. Okay? You're just asking someone for advice. And then listen to it and see if that helps change your mind about anything or illuminate a situation. But as long as you keep the thoughts inside, you're going to keep on stumbling on the same stumbling blocks. And you're not going to achieve what it is you're trying to achieve here. So it's time to ask for some help. It's time to ask for someone to give you their advice. Look to someone who has more wisdom or experience with whatever this is that you're dealing with, because it's the right time for that, okay? And then see where it goes. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. Thank you for Prisha's message. And let's see who's coming in next. Stephen Yuri, good morning. Gita, do I have twin flame or soulmate? Let's see. Hi, Gita. Let's see if you have twin flame or soulmate. Now, is this a person already in your life and you're wondering if they are a twin flame or a soulmate? Or are you wondering if just generally you have someone out there who you're going to meet that's either a twin flame or a soulmate? Oh my, I might need to speed things up a little bit. I'm seeing lots of questions popping in. Let's see. Good evening. Good evening. All right, I am going to go ahead and just see where this goes because I don't want people waiting too long in between. All right. So, Gita needs to know if they have a twin flame or a soulmate. And okay, so will they meet? Do they already know? That's the question. Does Gita already know their twin flame or soulmate? Is it someone already in their life? I'm going to ask that. Is Gita's twin flame or soulmate already in their life? So the answer is yes, you do have a twin flame or soulmate. I think you have perhaps not met them yet, though. There's still sort of a distant dream, okay? You're still trying to figure out who they might be. They're not in your life yet, but they are coming. So can we get any clues about this person who's going to be entering Gita's life? And what can we look out for? Like, is there a time frame? Is there a situation? What do we need to look for? Okay, Gita, look at this. The only thing stopping you from recognizing your twin flame is going to be you. Okay, so they're not in your life yet, but you're doing a lot of daydreaming and fantasizing and you're kind of muddying the waters. So with this, you have to let go of any preconceived notions. You have to let go of any beliefs that you have because the person who's supposed to come into your life does not conform to whatever you think they're supposed to be. Okay? So be ready for that. Be open. Listen to your feelings when you meet someone. All right? Start learning about how to acknowledge your physical sensations when you experience life so that you have a better understanding of what is best, highest good for you and what is not. Okay? Stop listening to all of the talk in your brain and start feeling things out. Okay? Because love is a feeling. And that is what you need to be exercising right now, far more than all of the thoughts that you're having about it. So yeah, you do have a twin flame. You've got the lovers and the four of wands. So that's big twin flame soulmate energy. There will be a good relationship, a marriage. You just got to let go of whatever doubts you have or beliefs you have that are getting in the way. All right. Anything else? Yeah, you're not totally satisfied. You'd probably like it to be someone who's already in your life, but if there's someone that you kind of have a crush on right now, you need to know that that's not the person. All right, that's not the one for you. They might be someone you're infatuated by, or they might be someone who you have a crush on. They might even be someone who just makes sense on paper for you, but that's not your twin flame. Okay? So just be ready to let it in, because someone is coming your way. Thank you for letting me read your cards today, Gita, and thank you for Gita's reading. All right, Marvelous Noob, what I did want to ask was to know where my love is, if it's in my country or in the country you're going to. Okay. Marvelous Noob is making a move. They don't want this move to interfere with their truest love. So is their truest love in the current country, or will they meet their truest love after they've moved to the new country? Well, transformation is coming in here. That could be indicative of a move. Letting go of things you no longer need. I'm feeling like there's suggestions coming through already. And then the Chariot, which is moving. Yeah, my right hand is already getting these messages. Queen of Swords. Okay, it's definitely the person in the country you're moving to. That's where you're going to find your true love. You need to just think very, very clearly about making the move right now, about getting out of where you are and being the person who makes the move. Yeah, don't resist the Tower. Don't resist the upheaval. Okay, the Tower is in reverse, which means the Tower is coming, but there are things that you could potentially do to get in the way of this transformation. All right? Just keep going with it. All right? You're going to have the upheaval and then find your person. First, I mean, I keep getting the same messages coming through. It's pretty clear. Your true love, you will meet after you move into a new country. Okay? So that is for Marvelous Noob. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Thank you for Marvelous Noob's reading. Oh, good, divine timing. I'm glad. Okay, Stephen Yuri, can I ask about A? Yes. What do we need to know about A? Stephen Yuri wants to know about A. There. Stephen Yuri, you do a really good job with active listening. Anytime I get ready to read your cards, things get very quiet, as if there's some real active listening occurring. Like just making space for the message to come through. So thank you for that. So what does Stephen Yuri need to know about A? The moon in reverse. Okay, so what I'm hearing coming through with these cards is with the moon in reverse, it's what I'm hearing coming in today is you're proceeding down the wrong path with A. It's not going in the direction that you need it to be going in. And it's going to require you to continue working on the situation, okay? I wonder if it's you that needs to work on it or if A needs to work on it. That I'm not sure about. But somebody needs to work and practice in order to make things like get on the right track. And then there will be satisfaction. Okay, then you'll have something really good. But right now it's like on the wrong path is what I'm hearing. You want to act on it. Whoever's responsible for acting on this with the A situation, they should start acting on it now in order to, it's almost like a nip it in the bud sort of thing. Like there's still plenty of room for this to go well. And right now is going to be the best and easiest time to make that happen. You don't want to sleep on it. You don't want to wait too long. Be careful in your, you don't want to be overly pragmatic. Okay, the Queen of Swords in reverse is suggesting that somebody has the potential to take on the role here of getting things on the right track by way of being overly pragmatic and direct and omitting any kind of emotional fluctuations, right? Just being completely what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You get the point. It's like not being emotionally connected to the situation. You still need that emotional connection to the situation because you need that to feel your way through it. It's not just about this is the plan XYZ. It's still moon energy, not chariot energy. Okay? It's just that you want to get the moon back on the right track. All right? Anything else? Yeah, nip it in the bud. Recognize that there has been maybe starting off on the wrong foot kind of energy with this and correct the action and then move forward. That's what I'm hearing here. All right? So that's the situation with A. And like I said, I don't know if that's you that needs to sort of nip things in the bud or if A needs to nip things in the bud, but that's what's needed. All right? Thank you for that reading. Mila, nice to see you too. I'm doing fine. How are you? Can I please ask, is a great job offer coming to me soon? Or what you see coming in career? No job at the moment. Thank you very much. Okay, what's going on for Mila in the job department? Mila's looking for a great career. What is coming Mila's way in terms of career or great job? What can they expect? Have a little disappointment here. So let's see what's coming up. Okay. You've definitely, okay, so I see that you found yourself in kind of a predicament here. Oops, two of them came out. You have to start learning something new, okay? I think you're going to continue to get met with disappointment until you are exploring other options or maybe getting training in something new. But whatever you've been focusing on for jobs and career, I think you're going to keep getting met with disappointment. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, you're getting a lot of cards like that. The disappointment card, the 5 of Cups, is upright, and that's disappointment. That's just feeling disappointed about something. And then you've got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and that's when you have been focusing on the wrong things in order to make something grow. It's when no matter what you do, you can't seem to make something work. You're fostering the wrong initiative on the 9 of Pentacles when it's in reverse. And then you have the 9 of Wands in reverse, which is understanding you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Okay, there's an air of whether do I quit or do I keep going? Okay, you definitely have to step back in and keep going. The energy needs to be keep going, but sometimes when this is in reverse, it's that you have to tweak things before you do that. You can't just go in and keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. You have to tweak things a little bit and make a change. You have to be the change maker. But there's no quitting. You know, you don't want to quit overall, but there might be things within it that you want to quit on, all right? Then you have the, by the way, both of these nines indicate that the end is near, all right? So something is going to change soon, but it's going to require action on your part. And then you've got the Seven of Wands in reverse. That can be like having a hard time overcoming obstacles, not finding success when you want to find it. Delayed, sometimes it's delayed gratification, but usually it's like it's just not working, all right? And that's what I'm hearing for you right now. And then you have the Page of Wands, which is the solution to this, is that you have to focus on something different. You have to be inspired elsewhere. You've got to learn something new. So see if you can expand your reach a little bit. See if there's something else that you can look into, something else you can learn about. Because if you keep going back to whatever you've been trying, you're not going to have the success you're looking for. Okay? Talk to people. You need to talk to people. All right? That's the first step that you can take following this Page of Wands, is the Six of Wands, which is talking to people, letting them know what you're good at. You have an ability or a skill or a talent that you're not highlighting, and you need to start focusing on that. And I think that that's the new direction that you want to be taking. So talk to people, see what your skills are and how you can kind of guide yourself away from whatever you've been focusing on and into something new. All right? Thank you for that reading. Thank you for that reading. Aline, good morning. Anshika Pandey, how are you? Did I get good marks in my exams? The result will be out soon. I just want to know. And should I get the person whom I love in future? Because right now that person is with me, but just curious. We'll do a quick yes or no on the exam. And then, because I don't want to take too long for any one person. And this is like 2 questions here. So let me just pull a quick yes, no. Did Anshika Pandey do well on their exam? Are they going to receive good marks on their exams? The Hermit's coming in. The Hermit upright is a yes card. And I would say that the reason you're going to get good marks is that you studied. So you're going to get marks. You're going to get good marks on any exams that you studied really well for. Okay, so that's the answer there. The Hermit is introspection, study, learning, wisdom, lighting that lantern in the areas of darkness. Okay, so if you worked, you'll get good marks on the exams you worked for, and some of them you won't have done so well on. Okay, so there are areas in the exams that aren't going to look too good. All right, now about this love question. Okay, so will you continue to be with the person? Will you end up with the person that you love right now? Are they your forever person? Is that who you're going to end up with? Will they end up with the person? Ace of Swords coming out. No, I think you're going to change your mind. I think things are going to change. You've got the Ace of Swords coming in upright. At some point with this person who you're with right now, you're going to have a realization that you're not fulfilled by them, which is why the Ace of Cups is in reverse. And aces tend to denote some kind of new beginning. It's the beginning of some kind of new thing, right? So I think that you will not end up, marrying this person or staying married to this person. There's another person coming in. Okay? So, and you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to celebrate it. You're going to like this new person. So right now, you might be happy, or whatever you're feeling right now, understand that it's not going to last forever. You're going to have a new person coming in that you're going to prefer. You're going to feel more fulfilled. You're going to feel a deeper love connection with someone new. Okay? So thank you for letting me read your cards today. Thank you for that message. You're welcome, Gita. Yeah, motivational vibes. It really is for the highest good for them to move to you. You're welcome. Good morning, Destiny You. Good morning, Ana Lopez. Okay, so Ana Lopez, you would like to know what to focus on today. What can Ana Lopez focus on today? Are you feeling disappointed about something? Oh, yeah. Okay. So what you need to focus on today is something new. Don't find yourself today thinking about the disappointments from the past week or so. Okay? Get your mind on new things. I think, today you might find that at some point you're feeling down, or you might start thinking about some recent disappointments, and I know you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to get yourself stuck there. When you're feeling like you're entering into those disappointed thoughts and feelings, you need to acknowledge them, feel them physically, and then let them drift off without thinking about them. Okay? And then do something that's inspiring to you. This could also be a good time to get some words on paper. If you are feeling inspired to write, today would be a good day for that. Okay? There's a bit of a alchemy in this. It's like turning the disappointment and reutilizing it somewhere else with this Knight of Wands. Okay? So you don't want to get fired up about the past. You have two choices today. You can either think about something totally different that inspires you, or you could be inspired to write about it and allow those disappointments to feed into some of your creativity. Okay? This is a drill. This is a drill. Okay? If you think back to being in high school and you go to your math class and they're like, here's the drill on the board, right? You have a choice to make today. And today you get to exercise that choice. And the choice you exercise is what you're going to get better at. All right? So that's what you want to focus on, is what you want to get better at. So thank you for letting me read your cards today. Thank you for that message. Ari, the beautiful Aries princess, we are but a week away from your birthday. I hate how accurate this reading is, but still it's giving me some clarity. Thank you for the reading. You're very welcome, Prisha. What did I have? Why did I have an intimate dream about my ex when I was sleeping? All right, Ari, the beautiful Aries princess, why did you have that dream about your ex? Why did Ari have that dream about their ex? What does it mean? What does that dream mean? What is she being told? Why did she have that dream? Why did Ari have that dream about her ex? Oh, okay. So the introspection on this, that dream is helping you to illuminate something. Okay, that dream is helping you absolutely make sense of things. Oh, and it's opening you up for a new opportunity. So does that mean with the ex? No, not with the ex. You're having very conflicted feelings right now because you're not trying to be with the ex, and you know that. But you also kind of are looking for the stability. Like there's some kind of element of safety net, feeling of stability because you've already been there and done that. And that's why the Hierophant is coming in for this. You are exploring something new about yourself in your dream by way of like highlighting that in a safe space. Does that make sense? So you have this new thought subconsciously. It's been sort of presented to you. And in order for you to make sense of it, you need to apply that new opportunity in some environment you've already been in to like help you work through it. Okay, so really understand, see it for what it is. You need to understand that this is not supposed to bring up feelings for you to go back to that bad relationship. It's supposed to be helpful in clarifying for you what this new opportunity is, whatever that is, and allow the contrast. Okay? So explore this new opportunity from within a safe space, but definitely don't look back. All right? Yeah, there's a new love that's about to enter into your life, a new focus of your attention. I don't know if they're there already, like maybe they've caught your eye, or if they're about to enter in, but you need to do some internal working through based on old relationships in order to fully embrace this new one coming in a safe way. So that's why you had that dream about your ex, okay? See what that brings up for you. Play around with that. Anytime you have a dream, it's the best course of action is to have fun. Play around with it because that encourages curiosity. If you're afraid of what the dream meant, or if you're taking it as like an omen, or it's bringing up some bad feelings, then you're not going to be able to be curious about it, and you're not going to get what you came for. Okay, so have fun exploring that dream and be curious. Safe place to be curious. Thank you for letting me read your cards, and thank you for that answer. David Price, hi, can I have a general reading, and could you tell me When will I move house, please? And then we've got Taysamelo. Yes, you can put a question in there. Put your question in there, and I'll read it for you. David Price, can I have a general reading, and could you tell me when will I move house, please? Okay. Could we please have a general reading? That'll be the love, health, career, and what they don't see coming. Love, health, career, and what you don't see coming. Okay, so this is absolutely, I love that these cards came through the way they did, because every single one of them denotes moving, okay? They all have to do with moving. So that would be your indication that you are going to be moving soon. You're going to be moving houses soon, because you're going to have, in the love department, new people, new environments that you're entering into. You're going to be meeting new teams, new groups. That could be where you end up meeting someone special. Okay, but they are going to be new groups of people. And then here in your health reading, you might even move to a place where you need new doctors and new pharmacists, you're going to be the standout new person in some different practices when it comes to wherever you're going. All right. And here's something else to keep in mind. You might end up being one of the healthier, you're going to stand out in some way in terms of your health. I don't know if you're someone who goes for jogs or something in the neighborhood, or if you enter into a new gym, but there's going to be something that has to do with your health that stands out amongst the crowd, this new crowd. Okay. Career, setting sights on a new career, changing jobs, getting really clear on your current career, and understanding that it is you just have a great deal of clarity over it, and that's what's going to bring you structure. I'm feeling structure coming through in this. I'm almost feeling like moving is going to either offer you a new opportunity for a new career position, or it's going to make it so much better for you to have clarity in your current position, whatever that is. Maybe it's easier for you to do it. Maybe it's less of a commute. I don't know. Not necessarily sure it has something to do with commuting. But there's some clarity that's going to be brought to you in terms of career as a result of the move. And what you don't see coming is the new beginning. This is the new beginning. That is what you don't see coming. So just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean it isn't happening. It is. It's in the works. It's going to have great implications on every aspect of your life. And it's coming soon. All right? So thank you for letting me read your cards today. Thank you for that answer. Let me scroll down a bit. I'm doing great, Kumar. How are you? You're welcome, Mila Mila. Got it, Ari. That's okay, Destiny, you. All right, let me scroll. Oh, we're at the end here. I'm going to read for Kumar. And then I had a request from Taysa. So I'm going to read for Kumar, and then Taysa, if you can get your question in there for me by the time I'm finished, Kumar, I will read yours as well, and then I'm going to call it. All right? Oh, wow. Let's find out. Let's find out. I'm glad that there was a release yesterday after that conversation. Do you feel lifted? Do you feel like some of the heaviness and the resentment has had an opportunity to leave the air between you two? There's a victory here. And I'm wondering if you're not really sure how to feel about it. So let's see. Is long-term marriage possible? Muskan Sharma feel about Kumar? How does Muskan Sharma feel about Kumar, and is long-term marriage possible? The first thing that you should know is that you being vulnerable yesterday and having that conversation absolutely opened up some doors. That was really good judgment exercised. Strength in reverse, vulnerability, okay? Being strong enough to be vulnerable. That was you. That's what you chose to do. The Hermit in reverse, you shared and you created a space for sharing because the other person shared with you, and you created room for apology, which is beautiful. Okay, now I don't know that the apology happened yet, but there's space for it. Now you're working, like you guys are on the same level now. Like you understand what's going on. So yesterday was a massive step. Otherwise, this is not what would have come out. So know that first. You know, it's not yet time to start a new beginning. It's not yet time to start looking for someone else, okay? You've got the Three of Wands in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse, and then the Fool. There is potential that this conversation that's occurring right now between the two of you is going to create a new beginning for the two of you, okay? Yeah, if you can allow yourself to have some faith here and not let your beliefs and thoughts get in the way, you've created something new with this person, and you absolutely could be in it for the long haul. You guys could have a long and happy marriage. Okay, this is a big deal, what you did yesterday. You've turned a corner. You've created something, and it's really, really beautiful. So it's not time to walk away. It's not time to give up. If you love this person, you've done something that is going to be really awesome. Like you guys could really do this. And then here's the confirmation in the Ten of Pentacles. You guys could do this. You, like, happily. Like you've now created something, and if you employ that throughout your marriage, you have turned a corner with this person. You've created something beautiful. And yes, the answer is yes. They love you. Your fiance loves you. They're feeling really good about the conversation yesterday. And you guys can have a long, happy marriage. So good on you. Good job. I'm impressed at how well that seems to have worked. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Thank you for that answer. You're welcome, David Price. Okay, Taysa Mello, are you in the room? If you're in the room, I will read a question. I'll read your question for you. But let me know that you're in the room. Otherwise, I'm gonna sign off. I'm going to go pick up my car. It's getting some work done. I'm going to go get it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for stopping in today. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I will be back Monday. I think Tuesday is going to be a weird day for me. So I'm not sure yet if I will be able to hop on here on Tuesday. Okay, so I might not be here Tuesday. I'm not sure yet. It's going to depend on a few factors. So I just want to give you the heads up on that. But I will be here Monday for the Earth Magic Monday reading. So have a great weekend. Thank you for stopping in. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing. And I will talk to you later.
Someone calling you right in the middle of your video?
Yeah. And it was just kind of bad timing because